So, one of the first things I wanted to start out with, this is going to be a little weird. It kind of explains how my mind works. I was watching something where evidently you can buy an old-timey bike.
Okay.
You know, like the one with the big wheel
Oh,
in
yeah.
the front?
Yeah, yeah.
But you can buy a modern version of that.
Okay.
Okay. And so then that made me start thinking about, well, they're called penny farthings. And it made me think about that.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I think the point is the point of having the big wheel in the front was to give the rider mechanical advantage. So, because the pedals were attached to the front wheel.
Oh, okay.
So as they pedaled, you know, that little bit of motion was translated to a big wheel. So
Right.
they got to go faster.
Okay.
But they kept making the wheels faster or bigger and bigger. So they kept going faster and faster.
Yeah.
And I just thought, at what point did we invent the chain so that we didn't?
Yeah. She was, yeah.
Because those seem insanely dangerous. So
Yeah.
I've got a picture of it over here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and this is like what everyone remembers,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so they would make the wheel bigger and bigger to go faster and faster, and they would race them and all kinds, like all the stuff we do with bikes right now.
All right.
But then I thought, well, wait a second. When did we go to the normal bicycle?
Yeah.
And as I started looking into that, I actually found out that this is not the first bike. I thought this was the first
Yeah.
bike, right?
Yeah.
Evidently, the first bike was known as a Swift Walker, and it looked like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a Swift Walker or a dandy horse or a hobby horse. I don't know. But originally, they had two similar size wheels. In fact, this one's got a little bit larger one in the back, but
Yeah.
a lot of times they had the same size wheels. And you basically sat on it, and then you kind of leaned against the front, and you had a steering wheel that didn't, you know, it wasn't like handlebars today. You kind of moved it back and forth, almost like a rudder for a boat.
Yeah.
And then you just push off with your feet, which I guess would give you a little bit of advantage because you could roll down a hill, or once you push off with your feet, you could get moving and coast for a little while. But then they discovered, well, they could put pedals on it.
Yeah.
But then the issue is with that is if you have the same size wheels,
Yeah.
you don't go very fast.
Yeah.
So then they just kept making the wheel bigger. And the issue with that, obviously, is that it's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get down or
Well-
up on the thing?
Well, there are pegs towards the back here, if I can point right here.
Oh, I see.
There's a peg right here. So the way to get on it is you actually kind of push it and you put one foot up there. And then once it starts rolling forward, you kind of hop up on it.
Yeah. Okay.
But now, if you hit anything or if you
Yeah.
had to stop abruptly or anything, you would just header over the front and smash your face
Yeah.
on the concrete or whatever you were on. So then, eventually, after that, they moved to the normal bicycle. But back then, this was the normal bicycle. So the new bicycle, when they invented the chain, was called a safety bike.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would be safer than.
Yeah, because
funny.
I just thought the whole thing was very odd. This all happened in the 1800s. The bicycle or the safety bicycle, the bike we know today,
Yeah.
was invented back then. But until they were able to invent the chain to actually use like a big sprocket up by where your pedals are, your feet are, and then a smaller one in the back to give you mechanical advantage, people didn't want a bike with two of the same wheels.
Yeah.
But without knowing that, you look back and you think, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It seems it's a pain to get up on.
yeah.
It's dangerous to ride.
Yeah.
But now that I know that they make new ones,
Yeah.
and I've never been on one,
Are you gonna try one?
I kind of.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just like
Yeah.
around the street or something, just
Yeah.
around the driveway,
Yeah.
just to say you did it?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess just for the experience.
Yeah, and then afterwards, I probably would.
Yeah.
You know, it'd wear off in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. 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 It kind of reminds me of that Saw movie. You know, the horror, the scariest movie.
Yeah, I know
Saw.
what the Saw movies are,
yeah.
but wait, which
What-
Saw movie does it remind you? of?
Well, just of the cover, because I think there was one like image of the Jigsaw character on one of them type of bikes. Not that big,
Okay.
but you know, riding around on a bike that, you know, with one big front tire.
Huh.
So Anyway, that's off topic.
Either way, my mind
Yeah.
wandered, and I thought, I want to talk about this for a second because I just thought it was funny that this was the bicycle, and the bike we know
Yeah.
is the safety bike.
Yeah.